What's up, everyone? Michael Heath with Get Automating. I was chatting with somebody about the API app that we built in a previous series. He said, yeah, but the text input, if I mess something up, it doesn't return the right API call. So I said, all right, challenge accepted. But I was also thinking we go through this, we type the thing, and then we click the button, and we're just viewing a record. Is the submit button 2000 and late?
Get Automating, enhancing humans daily.
That's right. So in this quick nugget, we're going to discuss changing a text input field to a dropdown, supercharging that with the OnChange property, and then adding a loading spinner to let our users know that something's working in the background. So let's check it out. All right, so here we are in the Jelly Belly app. If you haven't built this yet, check out the other videos in the API series through the lens of the Power Platform. But today, we're going to jazz this up a little bit. So we're here in our app. If we go through as the app is today, we can paste in, and now we have our sours flavors coming back to us. And just for what it's worth, I'm over here looking at the Jelly Belly wiki. If I go to group name, which is what this hinges on, I can click that table button and I can see all of these guys here. So the very first thing, I'm going to take these and put them in a drop-down list. So we're going to come over here. We're going to go to our drop-down. Drop-down selected, pop it in there, and bring it on down. Now, right now, we're on the items property. We have drop-down sample. I'm going to paste in my values. Now, the values have a specific format. It's going to look like this: open bracket, close bracket, and in between each item is going to have a comma. To get this in the right format, just use Copilot. It'll do all the work for you. But this is the format that we want. So we have our drop-down items in here. If I hold Alt, I can scroll through them. It's not functional right now. We have to tie that to our flow run and all the actions that were associated with this button right here. Right now, we could go through and just point this, instead of pointing it to text input 1, we could point it to our selected values, and everything would work just fine. So drop down 1, selected text dot value. Now, this is going to be functional. Tried it out, and it works. Okay, let's take that to the next level, though. Let's just remove the button altogether. So we're going to come in here. We're going to grab this from our button, and we're going to drop down to the OnChange property, and we're going to paste this guy in. Right. At this point in time, we can just hide our button. Now let's look at our functionality. All right, perfect. All right, so we got OnChange. It's doing the thing that otherwise we would have to click submit. Now, the thing that doesn't sit well for me is something's going on in the background, and I'd like to let my users know that it's happening. So we could fix this with the simple load spinner. The best place I found to grab something for this is loading.io. You just download it as a GIF and off you go. So that's what we've done. You can play around with that, change the colors, do whatever you want, but this is where you can easily grab that. So we're going to come back over here and we're going to insert an image. Down, and we're going to connect our image right here. Now, what we want to have happen is when the flow is running, that's spinning. When it's not, it's invisible. All right, so this is going to be done with 2 lines. We're going to come over here, our clear collect, make some space for it, and we're going to set a variable, and we're going to set it to true. So that's our variable. It's a Boolean variable. It's going to be set to true. And then we're going to come down here after it's run. We're going to close that out. We're going to paste this in here, and we're just going to change that to false. Now, lastly, we'll need to set our image property of visible to that variable. All right, so there we have it. So let's test out our app. Boom, we got a working app with a load spinner. It ain't pretty, but it's honest work. All right, so there you have it. We've avoided some human error using the drop down. We've wiped our submit button for near real-time return of that API using the OnChange property. And then we added a load spinner to let our end users know that something's coming their way. Hope you all enjoyed this. Until next time, get automating.